we have retired the shirt and we've got a new shirt. Property of USS Voyager. We're moving on to, let's see, I hate these colors. Season 1, Star Trek Voyager. Season 2, Star Trek Voyager. Season 3. Season 4. Season 5. Season 6. Season 7. And when we finish the series, we will go into the books. Homecoming immediately follows the episode 1. And I watched a video recently. The guy that played Harry Kim had a really good idea for how they should do the Voyager ending. And the studio said, no, we're doing it this way. And I totally, absolutely agree with him. It would have been better his way. But welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, K-I-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And I am a series person. I like to do series. We are currently reading Stephanie Lawrence Sinsters on Saturdays. And after Christmas, we will start with J.D. Robb's Eve Dallas, reading that. And that'll take us the entire year. By the time we get to it, there'll be 64 books in the series. So I am looking forward to Voyager. This first one is a double episode, so it'll probably be a little on the longer side. I am anxious to get into it. If this works. Here we go. The Caretaker. Episode 721, or episodes 1 and 2, or actually 101 and 102. There are quite a few episodes in the first couple of seasons, or maybe longer than that. I've only been through, just was reviewing myself a little bit to catch up with it. There's quite a few episodes that are completely out of order number-wise, but the episodes were just aired on TV in this order, so we're going to go in the TV aired order, because some of the episodes are on, that should be on disc 2 are on disc 3, because that's the sequential order they were played in. So the number order of the episodes are going to be weird, but we're going to do them in episode aired order, TV aired order. Okay, so this is January 16, 1995. Unhappy with a new treaty, the Federation colonists, along with the Cardassian border, have banded together, calling themselves the Maquis. They continue to fight the Cardassians. Some consider them heroes, but to the government of the Federation and the Cardassians, they are outlaws. Let's see how my stuff goes today. We've not been successful in the past couple weeks, but we could try it. Wish me luck. Oh, and please hit the like and subscribe. I could really use the likes. Other channels continually beg, and I just completely forget to ask sometimes, but I could really use them. Let's see what happens. So, because this is a battle scene, I'm just gonna, it's Tuvok, Chakotay, and Torres, or B'Elanna, on this smaller craft, and they are fighting with a Cardassian ship, and so they're in this middle of this fight, and they are discussing some stuff. I'm trying to think if I should really they're not doing very well in their battle, and they are going to lose. So that's where it kind of ends after that. So we'll see what happens. I love of all the Star Treks, Voyager's. I can't hold the tune, but it's my favorite theme song of all the Star Treks. Voyager has my favorite theme song. I enjoy it so much. So she's on the Federation Penal Settlement in New Zealand, and Captain Catherine Janeway is talking with Tom Paris, and she's telling him that she served with his father on the Al Batini, and she wants to talk to him about joining her ship. I am leaving on a mission to find a Marquis ship that disappeared in the Badlands a week ago. I wouldn't if I were you, really. I've never seen a Federation ship that could maneuver through the plasma storms. You've never seen Voyager. Would you like to come along? You'd like me to lead you to my former colleagues. I was only with the Marquis a few weeks before I was captured, Captain. I don't know where most of their hiding places are. You know the territory better than anyone we've got. Why is it so important about this particular Marquis ship? My chief security was on board undercover. He was supposed to report in twice during the last 6 days. He didn't. Maybe it's your chief of security who disappeared. That was under the command of another former Starfleet officer named Chakotay. I understand you knew him. That's right. The two of you didn't get along very well, I'm told. Chakotay will tell you he left Starfleet on principle to defend his home colony from the Cardassians. I, on the other hand, was forced to resign. He considered me a mercenary willing to fight for anyone who pay my bar bill. Trouble is, he was right. I have no problem helping you track down my friends in the Marquis, Captain. All I need to know from you is what's in it for me. You help us find that ship, and we help you at your next out meet review. Ha! Officially, you'd be a Starfleet observer during this mission. Observer? Oh, hell, I'm the best pilot you could have. You'll be an observer. When it's over, you're cut loose. The story of my life, Paris says. Yeah! Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Like that is going to happen. Mr. Paris, you've just signed up for 7 long years. Let's see what happens. Oh, Deep Space Nine, here we come. Okay, I skipped ahead of myself. But I was like, she's not a permanent part of the cast. But they're in a shuttle going to the ship, I think. But she was on Another World way back when. I thought maybe it was GH, but I had to double check. She was on Another World. So he's on the shuttlecraft with her going to Voyager. I just thought I'd point that out. It's like, oh, I know her. She was from Another World. She was on there for a while. I remember. So we're in Deep Space Nine, and Harry gets in a little bit of trouble on Deep Space Nine. He gets taken by a swindler who he's so new and so green. And he remains an ensign for a really, really long time. And they joke about it in the reunions how he never got promoted. That's a shame, though, that no one in the ship ever got promoted. But there was no place to get promoted to. So he gets swindled. Major big time. So guess who has to save poor Harry? And they become friends forever. The very first Doctor. Did he know that his career was going to be so short-lived? Oh, I like our EMH though. I like our doctor. So they're in the meet the new doctor. He said he was a surgeon at the hospital on Caldeck Prime at the same time he was stationed there. We never actually met. Your medical records have arrived from your last posting, Mr. Paris. Everything seems to be in order. The captain asked if you were on board. You should check with her. I haven't paid my respects to the captain yet either, Kim says. Well, Mr. Kim, that would be a good thing for a new operations officer to do. So then Harry and Kim are in the hallway, and Kim's like, "What was that about?" And Paris is like, "Just forget about it. Long story. Goodbye." So Janeway is talking to Mark, her final convo. He's got her dog, and she's pregnant, and she encourages Mark to take the dog home. She's with child. I can't leave her in the kennel while I'm on leave. Um, love me, love my dog demand? Yes. How could I refuse you? Thanks. So when are you leaving? As soon as I approve these system statuses. All right. Then I won't bother you anymore. Hey, you never bother me except the way I love to be bothered. Understand? I'll remember that. See you in a few weeks. Oh, Mark, go by the house and pick up the doggy bed. She'll be more comfortable. I did that an hour ago. It's a shame she won't see her for 7 years. And 7 years is a long time in dog time. I think at one point, when they start doing the mail, she gets to notice that I don't want to talk about it. So, Tom and Kim and Paris come to talk to Janeway. Did you have any problems getting here, Mr. Paris? None at all, Captain. My first officer, Lieutenant Commander Cavett, Ensign Kim, Mr. Paris. And Cavett is a gray person. Ensign Kim, this is your station. Would you like to take over? Let's check this out, see if I can get it. Ah, that's what the notes meant. A gray-haired person, not a gray person. Oh well, my mistake. So, they start to get underway. So, it'll probably be the last time these replicators ever work. But Tom is having an argument over tomato soup. It's a shame they never work again. Janeway will have to fight for coffee, or earn it, should I say, the hard way. So then Paris and Kim are having this meal. Um, is it true? Was the accident my fault? Yes, pilot error, but it took me a while to admit it. Oh, 14 varieties, and they can't even get plain tomato soup right. They said you falsified reports. That right. Is this a sort of kind of referral to the Next Generation situation? Although they did change its name. But the thing with Wesley Crusher at the Academy? Um, why? What's the difference? I lied. But then you came forward and admitted it was your fault. I'll tell you the truth, Harry. All I had to do was keep my mouth shut and I was home free. But I couldn't. The ghosts of those 3 dead officers came to me in the middle of the night and taught me the true meaning of Christmas, so I confessed. Worst mistake I ever made, but not my last. After they cashiered me out of Starfleet, I went looking for a fight and found the Marquise. And on my first assignment, I was caught. It must have been especially tough for you, being the son of an admiral. Frankly, think it was tougher on my father than it was on me. Look, I told those guys you told to stay away from me, and you know what? You ought to listen to me. I'm not exactly a good luck charm. I don't need anyone to choose my friends for me. And then Janeway interrupts, says they're at the Badlands. Please come. I still can't understand how we can speak to the air and we'll go, Paris, and Paris will automatically hear her wherever he is on the ship. I never get to past that with Next Generation. So then we're on the Voyager bridge. I don't think we ever see him again. So, plasma storms were measured at levels 3 and 4. The Cardassian gave us the last known heading of the Marquis ship, and we have charts of the plasma storm activity the day it disappeared. With a little help, we might be able to approximate its course. I guess they were trying to get one of the M-class planets in the Tariff Belt. That's the Moirai system. Rollins says the plasma storms have forced them in this direction. Adjust our course to match. Aye, Captain. Janeway says the Cardassians claim they forced the Marquis ship into a plasma storm where it was destroyed, but our probes haven't picked up any debris. A plasma storm might not leave any debris, Tom says. We'd like to be able to pick up Renaissance trace from the warp core. Kim comes up. I'm detecting a coherent tetryon beam scanning us. Origin, Mr. Kim. I'm not sure. There's also a displacement wave coming towards us. On screen, they showed this thing. It's some kind of polarized magnetic variation. Let's see if we can take a look. Damn. So this is this thing that's in front of them. So we got it interrupted. Someone wanted attention during the fight. So this thing comes at them, comes at the ship, damages the ship. Our extras get killed, and our Alicia is dead, and the other guy is dead, and what did Kim say? Something's out there. I need a better description than that, Mr. Kim. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm reading. Can you get the view screen operational? I'm trying. He gets it up, and a space station with 4 arms, upper and lower, and 2 lower ones appear. Oh, the caretaker. Let's see if we can get it. So there we go. There's our caretaker. So everybody's just looking at it. Kim says, massive bursts of radiant energy. There seems to be direct towards a nearby G-star type system. Try hailing the array. Engineering to bridge. We have some severe damage. The chief's dead. Possibility of a warp core breach. Secure all engine systems. I'm on my way. No response from the array. Ensign, get down to sickbay. See what's going on. Mr. Rollins, the bridge is yours. Aye, Captain. And Harry's like, wait for me. Oh, Tom is like, Harry, wait for me. He's going with them. So, there's a little fire in sickbay. So then Janeway is in engineering. The warp core pressure is 1 to 100 kilopascals. Lock down the magnetic constrictors. If we lock them down at these pressure levels, we might not be able to reinitialize the dilithium reaction. Warning, warp core microfracture, breach imminent. We don't have a choice. We've got to get the reaction rate down before we try to seal it. And for all of you experts out there, I'm trying to think of the word. Trivia. That's it. Trivia people out there. The Doctor is first initiated by Ensign Kim. There's a trivia fact for you. Who is the first person that calls for the EMH is Ensign Kim. Trivia! Trivia! Computer, initiate emergency medical hologram. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Multiple percussive injuries. Status of your doctor. He's dead. And then the doctor takes over caring for the patients. So then Janeway is in engineering, and it's the array is scanning them, and she's still worried about the warp core. Damn. So they're on the array, and they are greeted by a lady with a pitcher of lemonade and some sugar cookies. And some of the other crew members come out of the woods too. Don't believe your eyes, Mr. Paris. We've only transported 100 kilometers. We're inside the array. There's no indication of stable matter. All this must be some kind of holographic projection. And she's like, "Oh, you must be tired. Come in, have a drink." "No, thank you, ma'am. My name is Catherine Janeway, captain of the Federation starship Voyager." "Ah, make yourselves at home. Our neighbors will be here any minute." And then a whole bunch of group of people come in. So she's doing everything she can to project a country scene, have cookies, have some lemonade, enjoy yourselves, etc. Oh, and they do run into the elder gentleman playing the banjo. And they go look at the barn. So there's the barn. And the girl is trying to keep them from it. So then she ends up joining them. So they're inside the barn and they're scanning it. "See, nothing here, nothing but hay. There's a life form here, just one. Where? It's everywhere. I'm also reading some kind of matrix processing device. It may be holographic generator, Paris. Humanoid life signs over here. I'm reading a Vulcan and several humans." "I'm not ready for you yet." The girl blocks the way and the dog snarls at them. "Paris to Janeway," and she knocks them out. "Janeway here, Paris, come in." And then she gets nothing. So then Janeway and the security go into the barn, and the lady says, Very well, since no one seems to care for any corn, we'll have to proceed ahead of schedule. And the barn walls disappeared to reveal Balana, Chakotay, and Tuvok are laying on ledges with needles. Let's look. Alright, I don't know how well that translates to computer screen. Uh, so I guess they get them back to to Voyager. Computer issues today. They're all being back to Voyager. Everybody except Ensign Kim. So Janeway hails the ship and she says, "Hail the Marquis, Commander Chakotay. My name is Captain Catherine Janeway. How do you know my name? We were on a mission to find you when we were brought here by the Array. One of our crewmen is missing. Was he transported back to your ship by accident? No. A member of our crew is missing too. Balana Taurus, my engineer. Commander, you and I have the same problem. I think it makes sense to try and solve it together, don't you?" Chilka says the three of us will transport to your ship. Rollins says they're powering down their engines, dropping their shields. And then the guys enter over there. Let's see. So then we have a conversation. Tuvok says, "I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew, sir. I am Captain Janeway's chief of security. You were going to deliver us into their waiting hands, Vulcan? My mission was to accumulate information on the Marquis' activity and then deliver you into their waiting hands. That is correct. I see you had help. It's good to see you too, Chakotay. At least the Vulcan was doing his duty as a Starfleet officer, but you betrayed us." He's talking to Paris. Jane, you are speaking to a member of my crew. I expect you to treat him with the same respect as you would have treat a member of yours. Now we have a lot to accomplish. I suggest we all concentrate on finding our people and getting ourselves back home. Based on my initial reconnaissance, captains, I am convinced we are dealing with a single entity in the array. I would suggest he scanned our computers in order to select a comfortable holographic environment. In effect, a waiting room to pacify us to biometric assessment. An examination. It's the most logical explanation. Why else would he have released us unharmed? Not all of us were. Break out the compressor phaser rifles. Meet us in the transporter room too. We're going back. We'll divide in teams. Mr. Tuvok, while Chakotay and I are looking for Taurus and Kim, your job is to find out as much about this array as you can. It brought us here. We have to assume it can send us home. And then Paris says, "I'd like to go with you." And Janeway says, "If something has happened to," which Chakotay said, "it doesn't. I just hate to see anything happen to Harry." So Paris joins them too. So they're back at the farm, and Janeway talks to the caretaker. Let's see if I can get it. So then they talk to the caretaker. "Oh, well, aren't you content just for a minor bipedal species? This minor bipedal species doesn't take kindly to be abducted. Oh, it was necessary. Where are our people? They are no longer here. What have you done with them? You don't have what I need. They might. No, you'll have to leave them. We won't do that. Where are my commanding officers? We entrusted with their safety. They are our responsibility. That may be a concept you don't understand." Oh no, I do understand, but I have no choice. There is just not enough time left. Left for what? I must honor a debt that can never be repaid, but my search has not been going well. What are you looking for? Maybe we can help you. You? I've searched the galaxy with methods beyond your comprehension. No, there's nothing you can do. You've taken us 70,000 light years from our home. We have no way back unless you send us back, and we won't leave without the others. But sending you back is terribly complicated. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. And he sends them back to the bridge. So then Janeway's looking, she's back on the bridge and she's looking at the caretaker. So then we see where Harry and B'Elanna are. How do you feel? Where am I? Where am I? Please don't try to move yet. You are very ill. No, no, no. There's some mistake. I'm not. He sees growth on his arms and forehead. No, Taurus is in there. Then we get back to the ship. Captain's log, stardate 48315.6. We trace the energy pulses from the array to the fifth planet of the neighboring system and believe they may have been used in fashion to transport Kim and Taurus to the planet's surface. Captain, I've observed something peculiar about the impulses. They're getting faster, faster. The intervals between each pulse has decreased by 7 seconds since we arrived. I can offer no explanation. The only one of the mysterious we're dealing with, Mr. Tuvok. Take a look at this. It's a scan of a planet. It's virtually a desert. Not one ocean, not one river. It's all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, except there are no nucleogenic particles in the atmosphere. That would mean the planet is incapable of producing rain. I've studied thousands of M-class planets. I've never seen an atmosphere without nucleogenics. There must have been some kind of extraordinary environmental disaster. As soon as the repairs are complete, we'll set court for the fifth planet. Captain, you require sleep. Janeway says, Kim's mother called me just after he left. Delightful woman. He's her only son. He left his clarinet behind. She wanted to know if she had time to send it. I told her no. Do you know he played clarinet in the Juilliard Youth Symphony? I did not know the opportunity to meet Mr. Kim. I barely knew him. I never seem to have the chance to get to know any of them. I have to. I have to take more time to do that. It's a fine crew. I have to get them home. The crew will not benefit from the leadership of an exhausted captain. You're right as usual. I have missed your counsel, Tuvok. I am gratified that you came after me so I can offer it once again. I spoke to your family before I left. Are they well? Well, but they are worried about you. That would not be an accurate perception, Captain. Vulcans do not worry. They miss you. I miss them too. Then we get another Captain supplemental. Captain's log supplemental. The Marquis and Voyager have encountered a debris field where the sensors have detected a small vessel. One human life form is on board. So they see this very large debris field, and there's one ship, and there's a person on board. Neelix! Hi, Neelix! You gonna join us for a journey for the next several years? Whoever you are, I found this waste zone first. We are not interested in the debris, Mr. Neelix. Since you're not interested in my debris, well, I'm delighted to know you. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. An impressive title. I have no idea what it means, but it sounds very impressive. Do you know this area of space well, Mr. Neelix? I am famous for knowing it well. How may I be of service? Do you know anything about the array that's sending energy pulses to the fifth planet? I know enough to stay as far away from it as possible. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Jane, sounds as though you've heard the story before. Sadly, yes, thousands of times, hundreds of times, maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. They live on the fifth planet. Did he kidnap members of your crew? As a matter of fact, he did. It's not the first time. Do you know where he might have taken them? Just that they brought to the Ocampa, nothing more. We'd appreciate any help you can give us in finding these Ocampa. I really wish I could help you, I do, but as you can see, there's just so much debris for me to investigate. You'd be surprised the things of value some people abandon. Of course, we'd want to compensate you for your trouble, Well, there's very little you could offer me, Captain, unless you had water. If you help us find our missing crew members, you can have all the water you want. That sounds like a very reasonable agreement. And he beams over to the ship. Astonishing. You Federations are obviously an advanced culture. Tuvek says the Federation is made up of many cultures. I am Vulcan. Neelix, good to meet you. And he gives Tuvok a hug. Interesting. Wait, what does all this mean? All this do? I assure you, everything in this room has a specific function. However, it would take several hours to explain. I suggest we proceed to your quarters. Perhaps you would care for a bath. Okay. Then we're back on Ocampa with Harry and Torres, and they have a conversation. My name is Harry Kim. I'm an ensign on the starship Voyager. I was kidnapped from the array, just like you were. What's Starfleet doing at the array? We were looking for you, actually. 1 minute we're in the Badlands, the next, you mean you're trying to capture us? Yeah, consider yourself captured. Oh, I know I have a phaser here somewhere. Oh, I don't find this all amusing, Starfleet. There's no point. It's locked. And she tries to get out. And then, you're Starfleet. It's the Klingon half of me. It's hard to control sometimes. What's your name, Marquise? Bolana Torres. And the doctors come in. And then they're out in some kind of place, some kind of city. And he explains to them that they've lived under the planet in the subterranean for 500 years. Neelix has built a tower of water. Neelix is taking a bubble bath. So then they beam down to the Kazon area, and they talk with some of the people about getting their people back. They run into some difficulty. In exchange for their help, they offer water, lots of water. Cass arrives, and she is very special to Neelix. And they try and get away before stuff gets really bad. Kim and Balana have a conversation about trying to uh, escape. A young girl arrives to offer them a device that will help them. So then we're back on Voyager again in sickbay. If you had told us what you planned, we might have anticipated your irrational behavior. Irrational? We got out of there, didn't we? Excuse me, don't blame Neelix. That's Cass. That's enough. This is sickbay, not a conference room. Visiting hours are over. Everyone except my patient is to leave. Computer and medical hologram program. The poor doctor vanishes. I never should have gone to the surface. I was too curious. I'm told it's my worst failing. No, no, no. It's a wonderful quality. You are most endearing. Would you be willing to take us underground to look for our crew? I was afraid Jabin was right. There's no way to get down. The tunnel I came out of has been sealed. We don't need a tunnel. We have the ability to transport directly there. Captain, our sensors didn't pick up any indication of underground civilization. The subterranean barrier Jabin described may be responsible. It may also block our transporter. There are breaches in the security barrier. There is begun to decay. That's how I got out. Have the transporter room begin a sweep for any breaches we might be able to beam through. Yay! Cass is free. So then, Chakotay, Janeway, and Neelix and Kes go back to the Ocampa place. Kes finds her father. We thought we'd never see you again. How did you get back? These people rescued me from the Kazon. I was trying to help them find two of their crewmen. Does anyone know where the aliens are kept? The ones the caretaker sends here. I think they're at the central clinic. Can you take us there? No, she cannot. They cannot speak telepathically. Tasca, please talk aloud. I didn't mean to be rude, but you should not be here. We'll be glad to leave once we find a crewman. That won't be possible, he says. We cannot interfere with the caretaker's wishes. Maybe you can't, but we can't. You don't understand. That's right, they don't. They have no way of knowing that Akampa has been dependent on the caretaker for so long. We can't even think for ourselves anymore. They don't understand. We were once a people who had full command of our mental mind abilities. The stories of our ancestors' cognitive abilities are apical, at least the very word exaggerated. We lost those abilities because we stopped using them. And they continue to talk. And then we have Balana and Kim trying to escape through the tunnels. They get inside, but the Voyager reports to them that there's something going on with the caretaker's thing. Something's going on with it. So then they start a search for their people. I know you probably can't see, but that's Harry Kim. Stuff. The caretaker's thing is going through some stuff, and their environment is starting to shake like earthquakes. And Balana's behind them. They're going up the thing. Tuvok explains. He increases the energy supply to provide the city with a surplus to last at least 5 years. He seals the conduits. The logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as caretaker. That doesn't necessarily mean he's dying. He could be leaving. Doubtful. Not after millennia of providing for these people. I believe the caretaker owes something to the Kampa. I believe that debt can never be repaid, is likely to be a debt to them. In addition, there is this infrequent references to running out of time. I think he knew his death was imminent. If he dies, how are we supposed to get home? And they're going through the shaft. Everybody gets out of this shaft and from the underground. We're back on Voyager. The EMH is having a little he's repaired Chakotay's leg and healed Taurus and Kim. Jabin has escaped to his marquee ship. So she's talking to Jabin. Have you come to investigate the entity's strange behavior too, Captain? All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We are about to transport over to the array to see if we can arrange it. I'm afraid I can't permit that. We have no dispute with you. I have a dispute with anyone who would challenge us. This is ridiculous. We have no intention of challenging. I have no intention of letting anyone with your technology aboard the array. We have discussed this like two civilized, and he hangs up on them. So then we're back at the farm and we're doing some scanning. They talk to the caretaker. It's well, you're nothing if not persistent. We need you to send us back where we came from. That is impossible. I barely have enough strength to complete my work. You're sealing the conduits before you die. If I don't, the Kazon will steal the water. But in a few years, when the Akampa's energy runs out, it won't matter. They'll be forced to come to the surface, and they won't be able to survive. Something you did turn their planet into a desert, didn't it? That was the debt that you could never repay. We're explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea that our technology would be so destructive to their atmosphere. The two of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them. There's another like you? Not anymore. No, no, she went off to look for more interesting places. Why are you bringing ships here, infecting people with a fatal illness? Oh, they didn't die of an illness. They died because they were incompatible. Incompatible. I've been searching the galaxy for a compatible biomolecular pattern. Now, in some individuals, I found cellular structures that were similar, but you've been trying to procreate. I needed someone to replace me, someone who would understand the enormous responsibility of caring for the Okampa. Only my offspring could do that. Did you ever considering allowing the Okampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children have grown up. We're explorers too. Most of the species we encounter have overcome all kinds of adversity without a caretaker. It's the challenge of surviving on their own that helps them to evolve. Maybe your children will do better than you think. Voyager to Janeway, we've got a problem here. So the Kazon have attacked. Um, Chakotay and Taurus are on their ship. Chakotay says, their weapons way has been hit. They're in trouble. Neither of us has enough firepower to stop that ship. I'm setting a collision course, but the guidance system is disabled. I'll have to pilot the ship manually. Get the crew ready to beam to Voyager. Drop shields for transport. Paris, my crew is coming over. Tell one of your Crackerjack Starfleet transporter chiefs to lock on me. I'm going to try and take some heat off your tail. Paris says acknowledged. So they destroy the other ship and they get to Voyager okay, but then we have Tuvok in the barn with Captain Janeway. Captain, I can access the system to send us back to Federation States, but it will take several hours to activate it, unless you help us. Oh, I wish I could, but I have little time left, so I've initiated a self-destruct program. If you destroy the ray, we'll have no way home. Ocampa's enemies cannot be allowed to control this installation. In minutes, it'll be destroyed. You have to go away now. The Kazon ship hits the ray, and the caretaker is destroyed. So the Kazon was successful in stopping the 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 self destruction of the array. However, and this is where it happens. This is the decision that sets in motion 7 years. The self-destruct program has been damaged. Now this installation will not be destroyed, but it must be. The Kazon must not be allowed to gain control of it. They will now annihilate the Okampa. Tuvok says, shall I activate the program to get us back? What happens to the Okampa after we're gone? Captain, my action will take to protect the Okampa will affect the balance of power in this system. The Prime Directive would seem to apply. Would it? We've never asked to be involved, Tuvok, but we are here. And once again, she's talking to Kayvon. So, the array is gone. You asked to see me, Captain. Mr. Paris, you have a problem. I've invited Chakotay and the other Marquis to be part of this crew. It seemed the only reasonable thing to do under the circumstances. Will you provide a bodyguard for me, Captain? It seems you already have one. I do. Mr. Chakotay said something about his life belonging to you. He'll be taking responsibility for your safety. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Don't be so sure. He'll be my first officer. Everyone aboard the ship will report to him, including the lieutenant assigned to comm. Me? I've entered this into the ship's logs on this date. I'm granting you a field commission of Lieutenant Tom Eugene Paris. Congratulations. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. You've earned it, Tom. I'm only sorry your father won't know. Oh, he'll know when we get back. 7 years later. Well, maybe 5 when they finally get through. So then it's Neelix and Kess's turn. Captain, we've just come in to see you. We've supplied your ship with water, Neelix. It's ready to go. Well, you see, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. I'm sorry, this isn't a passenger ship. No, of course not. We won't be passengers. We'll be valuable colleagues. Colleagues. Whatever you need is what I have to offer. You need a guide. I'm your guide. You need supplies. I know where to procure them. I have friends along races you don't even know exist. You need a cook. Oh, you haven't lived until you tasted my bosh. It will be my job to anticipate your needs before you have them, and I anticipate you'll need me. Captain, we both want very much to be part of your journey. So she's walking around the bridge looking at all her people. Um, we are alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy. We have already made some friends here and some enemies. We have no idea of the dangers we're going to face, but one thing is clear. Both crews are going to have to work together if we're to survive. That's why Commander Chakotay and I have agreed that this should be one crew, a Starfleet crew. As the only Starfleet vessel assigned to the Delta Quadrant, we'll continue to follow our directive to seek out new worlds and explore space. Our primary goal is clear. Even at maximum speeds, it's going to take 75 years to reach Federation. I'm not willing to settle for that. There's another entity like the Caretaker out there somewhere who has the ability to get us there a lot faster. We'll be looking for her, and we're looking for wormholes, spatial rifts, or new technology to help us. Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Mr. Paris set a course for home. Aye, Captain. And that is the end of the Caretaker. I hope you will join me next week for our next episodes. The Phalanx, whatever. And time and again in the weeks after that. And please still like and subscribe. Thank you.